So I hope the view is not too bad. I can't see my display right now. What's good, my brothers and sisters? I haven't uploaded a video for over a week, I think. And yeah, I thought it's time to be accountable again. How was your week? How is your week going? Tell it in the comments. Yeah, I want to start with the usual 4 parts that I talk about in the video to hold myself accountable. First one is smoking. Did I smoke? Yeah, I did smoke. I was in the library of my university yesterday, and I planned to not smoke because I will have a long drive next week with 2 brothers of mine to Romania, where we bring Möbel. I don't know the English word. Things like couches and chests and the thing behind me, closets, to Romania with a transporter for poor people. We have a friend down there, and he brings it to poorer areas like Moldavia or Moldova. I don't know how to say the name in English. Yeah, so sadly I planned on not smoking because I wanted to be concentrated while driving and not be have symptoms of withdrawal. And yeah, the symptoms are not so bad, but the brain fog I had yesterday wasn't that funny, and so I planned on not smoking until then. But yeah, I guess I'll see how I can work on the Hausarbeit. Oh man, I have to do one paper before I can write my bachelor thesis, and I'm currently working on that, and I need to be concentrating for that. But yeah, quitting smoking is kind of hard because it's wired in my brain that every time I'm in the library I work for like 2 hours, and after that I have a half an hour break. And what could you do in a half an hour break? Smoking, I guess. Yeah, moving on to pron. I had my week last week was much better. I watched less pron, although I did it like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, I wasn't as down after I watched pron and could get up more easily and did meaningful things after that, and most importantly searched forgiveness and the connection with Jesus. Yeah, so that was pretty good, and I'm still holding on to that this week. Sadly, I had a relapse yesterday and on Monday, which was, at least yesterday, totally unnecessary, and I felt like it was happening, but I didn't really do much against it. But that's something I will talk on later this video. And yeah, also my anxiousness, I sense that my anxiousness has decreased. it's a lot easier for me to sit down and write on the paper, where it was a few months or years ago that would freak my mind out, because I would go over all the things that could happen if I write this sentence wrong and all this shit. Now I'm more like, okay, let's power through it. It's the last paper. I want to get this done. So I'm really thankful for that. And anxiousness. I didn't really talk too much to many new people. I'm planning on going to a new youth group here in my area tonight, but we'll see. I planned on doing that quite a few times, but never did it. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm doing an Bobby Althoff. Yeah. Also meaningful stuff. I did less meaningful stuff the last days, but on Monday evening I ordered a disc for disc golf, because I have a disc golf park right in my area, or it's not, maybe like it's 10 minutes away from my flat, and yeah, I'm looking forward to try it out. Sunday, a friend's coming over to me from another city from Saxony, and we're gonna check out the disc golf park. I'm really looking forward to that. I saw it on Alicia Long's YouTube channel, and I realized, okay, I've seen, or I've recognized that there's such a thing in my closer area. Why not try out? So, and I wasted an hour of my life to contemplate which disc I'm buying, and I did a research and settled for, I forgot the name. I'll show you in the next video. But are you familiar with these situations where you have to buy like something that's totally unimportant to your life and doesn't have much of an impact, but you but you waste hours of your time contemplating and researching what would be the best product? I am like that in nearly everything, and yeah, it kind of saved me some bad decisions, but it's also a big time eater. No. Moving on. So yeah, at the second part of the video, I wanted to talk about, just to bring it out there and to be open about it. Why do I watch p0rn? Why do I keep relapsing? Why can't I just stop? And in the videos before, I talked about controlling your impulses, and that you have to control over your mind, that you don't have to act out on every desire that's coming up within you, but there's more to it. So if it was just like I can control my impulses and I won't watch p0rn ever again, I think many more people would have quit this time. But there's a reason why there's a reason why therapy isn't just training to control your impulses, but to dig out your story from your childhood or whatever time of life which led to abusing your drug or doing your impulsive behavior. And yeah, Gabor Mate said it like this. I don't watch, or I don't ask why are you addicted to this and that, or why can't you stop. He asks people, what is it giving you, what you do, or that you do. And I reflected a lot of helicopter above my flat. I spent a lot of time reflecting on that and thinking it through, and also my counselor, or it wasn't a therapist, it was more like a counselor, asked me this question, and I had a really hard time answering it. Something that came up right away was to have an escape of reality. And it really is an escape of the reality, because when I watch Prawn, I'm on these websites for at least half an hour. At least. It's really rare that I get off before that. And what I do is I open multiple tabs and just scroll through the sites where I've not been before, because they keep uploading new stuff, new videos, and I scroll through the content and save the videos that I haven't watched before from the actresses I like, or that have a certain body type that I like, and this creates this rush-like state in your mind where you're just searching, and looking at thousands of naked women, but never actually watch a video, but just look at the preload scenes and save them for later. And this creates this rush state where you're not thinking about anything else but the videos you're seeing. So escape from a reality is a really big point. And I remember that I wasn't that compulsive in the beginning, but research shows that people have an increase in the time they're watching, and their watching time, and which genres they watch. They get more brutal and hardcore, and sometimes you even start watching stuff with children, even though you're not a pedophile, but you just need something else to get yourself going, to shock your mind. And I'm so thankful that I didn't come this far down the road, but I'm also trying to hold the fact in my mind, or remember frequently that this is something that could also happen to me if I don't manage to quit. So moving on, I think what my root problem is, so I had great parents. They did a lot of things right. Especially my dad is the rock of the home. Super funny guy, super chill guy, doesn't understand everything, doesn't care that he doesn't understand anything, and works hard, works much, but also it seems naturally to him, has times where he just relaxes and smokes a pipe, drinks a beer. Good solid dude, my dad. I love him. And my mom is a bit more difficult. I love her too, but she's always super anxious. She seems like she's always on the edge. And when she's improved very much, I must give her that. But when I was younger, she would blame me and my brother on things we didn't have done, or which was not our fault. And yeah, I always remember that she had an expectation how I needed to be, which I didn't was at the time. And she had these emotional outbursts at us, everyone in the family, which just hurt, and I couldn't wrap my head around it when I was younger, and I created a barrier in me against intimacy with her. So nothing sexual like that, but I can still to this day have a intimate relationship with her where I tell her all the things I've done, where I tell her honestly how I feel, because I have this conception in my mind that it wouldn't change anything. It would just be more of a burden to her, and yeah, I can't really let her empathy get through my barrier, so why tell her, no? And this that's a part which is missing, and the lack of intimacy, and also I think the lack of physical touch is something which I came pretty attached to in my last relationship, and I understand that why, because that's the things I crave the most, and I reacted kind of toxic when she wasn't able to give me that intimacy. But also I had a hard time opening up, but I'm thankful to her because I could open up and it felt safe at the time. I also thought most of the time that it will come back at me and she uses this knowledge to backstab me or something, but she never did that. At least not in my face, so I've never heard about it. So thank you for that, for creating a safe space. But she wasn't able very much or pretty often to give intimacy or be intimate with me. Also, again, not in a sexual way, because she had fear of being intimate because of her story. A little more fear of to be intimate. I was craving intimacy. She was afraid of it. And this was kind of a toxic mix. And that's why I decided to break up. Because it wore me down emotionally so much. Anyway, why do I watch p0rn when I crave intimacy? So p0rn creates that illusion that there's intimacy between the actors. Maybe there's intimacy when you look at newer content on OF, where more like amateur stuff, where a couple performs their things in front of the camera. But how can there be intimacy if there's a camera? Doesn't make sense, but yeah, it seems like really intimate. And I think I'm also attached to the woman in the video doing things to serve the man, because I'm craving intimacy, and I'm longing for physical touch from a woman, because I couldn't let it happen with my mom in many years. So I think that's also something where p0rn comes into place, because the women are essentially giving themselves without hesitation to the man to fulfill his desires, even if there are really nasty. And I think this is something which in the beginning started my fascination with p0rn, and that's why it's so hard to for me to keep off it, because it was my main source of intimacy and love in the last, I don't know, at least 6 to 8 years. So yeah, but for other people it might be different. So if you like domination stuff or something, it's likely that there was something else in your childhood which led to finding this genre interesting. But I only can speak for myself. So yeah, thank you for listening to me about this story. I hope it didn't bore you. And yeah, what's the point from now on? I have to learn to love myself and not be attached to being liked and treated nice by others. I have to do it myself, and I have to accept that I am already loved and I'm already good just by existing, because God says it so. Psalms 139. I don't need that artificial stuff, and I wanted with a relationship with a wife where I can have real intimacy, and I have some things to work through before I can do that. So it's good for me not to have a girlfriend right now, and it's good for her probably. But yeah, I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not hopeless, so I think I can get it done, and can work on myself hard enough, and also can receive love from God, so that I don't have to do all this filth anymore. But yeah, maybe it helped you to hear another man reflect on that. Write me in the comments if you're addicted to something, what might be the cause. What is it giving you that you are artificially trying to get, instead of seeking it in healthy ways? No front, by the way. I talked way more than I wanted to, but I also didn't talk for a week, so God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed week, and stay clean. Do things that don't harm other people, and I really have to practice the prologues so that I don't have to start out this shit at the end of the video. Bye.